Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a press day, but a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos, please remember to click like down below, it would be greatly appreciated. Now, we know that right now the press out of the big four lifts is by far my weakest lift. I have previously had built it up to 227.5 for a max, but again, I've suffered some shoulder impingement issues, other stuff. I've got all of that sorted, and I'm now in a position to where I can do the overhead press pain-free. I'm having to be very careful with what lifts I do, figuring out what lifts aggravated it, what's going on with external rotation, and I finally got it to where I can at least get up overhead. And a lot of it has to do with messing with the wider grip pull-ups. That's one of the things that I noticed allowed me to just open up my shoulders more. And when I first started doing them, I realized that when I was looking at what's going on with my shoulders, when I did the first rep on one of them quite some time back, it made popping so loud that you probably could have heard it in the next room. My shoulders just popped. And it did it on every rep. But after that, because I had been doing all this rear delt work with bands and stuff going into it, I did notice my range of motion improved. And that's been the main thing. And I will never have a pretty lockout, I don't think, on these. And that's okay. I accept that. I don't care. As long as I get strong and my shoulder health is good, we're good. Now, the other thing is, you guys will notice with my pressing, we're taking it slow. We're not ego lifting. My reps are paused at the bottom. I go through the range of motion that I'm capable of at the top. I keep my shoulders. The main thing is keeping the elbows forward. I keep my elbows in front of the bar. That's the most important thing for me with the shoulder health. Notice I don't use any body English. You'll see guys who are like, they'll do their press and they do the starting strength press 2.0. Well, that's not a strict press. I'm sorry, you can't count that as a strict press. You might just go ahead and push press at that point. I'm doing a strict press with a pause at the bottom. Why? I wanted to improve my bench. And you know what? I'm just going to get strong at the straight up strict press from a dead stop at the bottom. And, we'll get this back up to 2 plates a side or more. But I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do it slow repetition, a little bit of accessory work. And we're going to keep with the theme of what we're doing. Each barbell day gets a day. And what I've kind of settled into is four exercises per workout. The main barbell lift, which we very strictly program. There's very, very strict programming on all of that because these are the lifts that matter. I do one supplemental exercise that carries over directly to that movement. I select an exercise that will have carryover for 5 sets. Then we do pull-ups and we do leg raises every workout. I live on pull-ups and leg raises these days. So what's going on with this? We're doing the boring but big 50% of my training max. I went hair over because I don't want to go under 95. 5 by 10. Keeping them strict. I messed with on the rep work, the false grip, to see if it felt better. It actually felt pretty good, so I'll try it on my heavy stuff next week. But we're doing the false grip there. And we'll see how it goes. And I'm going to keep working on it. I'm going to see if the range of motion improves at the top as I continue to build the shoulder health back up. But in the meantime, the main thing is, again, keeping my shoulders externally rotated on everything that I do. What I've noticed historically, internal rotation of the shoulder is what gives me issues 100% of the time. So I just need to build the external rotation up, do everything in external rotation, get strong at it, which is again why the pull-ups are useful. Even make sure that I bench in that manner. That's what seems to matter for my shoulder health. So that means those elbows stay in front of the bar. So you can't see because I can't really get a side view with this filming. And, when I get a house eventually, we'll, instead of this condo, I'll probably move to a garage or something and we'll have better angles. And we can do stuff from different angles then. But in the meantime, you'll notice I don't let the bar drift forward. Something I'm trying to talk to my kids about. A lot of them are bad about that, letting that bar drift in front of their elbows at the bottom because they try to go too low. I go to where it completely stops and I'm cradled and I couldn't sink anymore if I have 200 pounds on the bar. but with my elbows in front. Okay. And so we do the boring but big after the 5-3-1 set. And then 5 sets of 10 on the wide grip pull-up. And again, comes back over to, I'm not going to make all the statements. I don't care what you think about my range of motion, anything else. Every time I take my shirt off, people freak out about my back. They're like, your back is ridiculous, serious bodybuilder level. It is. So quit complaining about my back development. You guys watched me deadlift 500 pounds for an 11 rep set yesterday. My back is jacked. It's the one thing you guys can't criticize. So stop. It makes you sound dumb. So we knock out 50 pull-ups, and I want to keep getting better at these. So again, I'm going to live on pull-ups. I want to get good at these. Ideally, I'd like to get to where I can do 5 sets of 10 weighted with increasing weight on this, and get up to where I can also do sets of 20 with just my body weight. And as I continue to cut, that's going to happen. You guys saw the meat swag outfit yesterday. It's my meat outfit. We are getting ready to compete. And I've already made a video explaining that. Don't ask me questions about competition. I'm not going to answer them. I told you everything in that video. Go watch it. That means I'm not peaking, and I'm not going to tell you what day or where the meet is. It's a regional. I don't care. Bigger meets, you guys will obviously know a little bit with me going into it. It's kind of hard to hide it. I'm just there to qualify. I need an 1180 total to qualify. That's it. We may go for an elite total. Elite total wouldn't even be my maxes. But, we got to make weight. Keep cutting. 5x10 pull-ups. Good pump on these. And you guys have noticed, I've just taken the single joint stuff out. I don't care anymore. I've never seen one bit of difference. When I do 20 sets of curls per week, 20 sets of extensions per week, my arms don't grow ever at all from any of it. It doesn't do anything. I'm beginning to think that single joint exercises don't even work. And I hate to say it, people are like, oh my God. They don't do anything for me. They never have. I've never gotten bigger off single joint movements. I haven't. So I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. We'll just let the big movements handle everything. Front plate raises. I feel like these work really well for just my shoulders overall. This is a great accessory for the press. Right? It's a great accessory for the press. It helps with the shoulder mobility, because for me, this is a problem. I couldn't even raise my arms a couple months ago because of what had been going on with my shoulders. I couldn't raise my arms in front of me to my mouth with my arms out in front. Now look at this. I can get a plate above my head. That is doubled. I have doubled the range of motion of my shoulder joint. Exercises like this will help. Yes, it's front delt dominant and upper chest dominant, but it does work all 3 heads of the delt. It does work the traps. And people are like, well, aren't you worried about? I'm not worried as much about things like the rest of the delt, because I'm doing so many pull-ups. We can argue all day long about a wide grip pull-up if it's an amazing or just a decent rear delt exercise, but when you do 20 sets a week, those things don't matter anymore. They stop mattering at those sort of volumes. My rear delts are probably all they can handle. So I don't care. And stuff like this has carryover. The overhead press has some carryover. Doesn't matter. It's a good shoulder exercise that should have movement carryover to the standing press. Seems to help with mobility. Helps build the whole shoulder girdle up. Does work the entire shoulder. And I like it. I'm going to mess with it. Not an exercise I've done a lot of in the past. I've done some of it. But when I was doing a little bit of these when my bench was at 350 also. So it probably does help. And it'll definitely help bring my press up, which will help with my bench. And then we finished up with 3 sets of hanging leg raises, which puts me at something like 14 sets, 15 sets on camera this week. Because I do 3 every workout, and then I do 2 or 3 or so on off days on camera for you guys early in the mornings. But for the main workouts, we get 12 sets of these. It's a lot of core work, especially with all those pull-ups added in. Got to keep my core strong. Yes, it's important enough to me that I do 4 exercises every workout. Doing the ab work is the fourth. All right, doing the ab work is the fourth. Again, this is how we keep junk volume in check. Everything is just quality work. Quality work, nothing to failure. Keep moving forward. Don't overreach. But I'm very happy with today's workout. I feel really good. I feel great at the end of this training week. So I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.